Hi, my name is Stephen Halasnik, and over the past 25 years, I've been lucky enough to build a number of companies. And because of that, I've been able to interact with a lot of commercial banks. On top of that, I've been on the board of many nonprofits. And lastly, I own a company that it's since 2012 has been one of the leading providers of lines of credit to small nonprofits and businesses. So I have kind of a depth of experience when it comes to lines of credit, both when you're applying with a commercial bank and with a private lender. So let's talk about a line of credit. First, what is a line of credit and what is it good for? Well, a line of credit is really good for addressing emergencies and opportunities where cash flow is down. And it's usually relatively inexpensive as long as it's being used on a regular basis, but not like a constant basis. What a line of credit for, let's say in this case a nonprofit, should not be used for is to purchase a building, to purchase property, to start a whole new division of the nonprofit when the money's not there yet. I think that's a little bit risky. But when it comes to emergencies such as making payroll or, emergency roof repair or those type of things, a line of credit really is a great tool. So really, why haven't nonprofits set up a line of credit? Well, one of the reasons is that over the last couple decades, banks haven't been reluctant to provide a line of credit to a nonprofit because the lending standards that a bank has doesn't fit well into a nonprofit model. In many regards, a bank will use the same lending standards that they use for commercial businesses, such as wanting and requiring a nonprofit to have collateral and to requiring it to have personal guarantees. So, over the years, nonprofits have gotten frustrated and kind of stopped asking. And that's one of the reasons why my company, Financing Solutions, really is becoming one of the larger providers in the United States to nonprofits for lines of credit. So, one of the things that's been great now is seeing how nonprofits have been so happy about using their line of credit. Again, the majority of time, a line of credit is often used for making payroll when a nonprofit's cash flow is delayed. And I think that's a good reason, because what most nonprofits don't know, because what a lot of times they will do is they will delay making payroll. They'll tell their staff, but what you don't know is that that's actually illegal. And you could really get fined a lot of money, and you could also get in a lot of trouble as well. And plus, I understand that the people working for you, they really need their money. If you ever missed payroll, you'll hear the stories from your staff about how a bill needs to be paid. You really learn how they learn paycheck to paycheck often, as amongst many people in this world. So what do I know about a commercial line of credit from a bank for a nonprofit? What I know is that there are some banks that just will not approve a nonprofit, period. There are other banks that are more open to it. What I also know is that banks will be willing to approve a line of credit only if you have a very, very long standing relationship with the bank. They're going to want to see cash at the end of the month. They're going to want to see good cash going through in and out of the organization just to get you in the ballpark of being approved. The next thing they're going to want to see is, and this is kind of poignant right now because we're in the midst of a recession as recording of this YouTube video, is they're going to want to see if the economy is doing well. Because if the economy is not doing well, then the banks start to really not approve as many lines of credit, especially to nonprofits. So the next thing that a bank is going to look for is they're often going to want collateral and a personal guarantee. And collateral is something that's either an asset that the nonprofit has or that an individual has that's part of the nonprofit that is sellable. So it could be equity in real estate, in a home, it could be stocks, bonds, a variety of different things. And they're also going to want to see a personal guarantee as well. And that means that somebody from the nonprofit is going to have to sign saying that they are on the hook to pay the line of credit back if the nonprofit doesn't do that. So the other thing is what most people don't take into account is that a commercial bank to set up a line of credit can be an expensive proposition if the line of credit is not used much. So let's take a look at Financing Solutions, my company, what we do differently. So Financing Solutions provides a line of credit that can be used for any reason, and it costs nothing to set up, nothing when it's not being used, and is inexpensive when used. Now, are we as expensive or inexpensive as a commercial bank? It really depends on how much you're going to use your line of credit. One of the main reasons why our line of credit is so popular is because you can set it up, have it in place, it renews yearly, and if you're not using it, then it doesn't cost anything. And when you are using it, you're usually really, really happy that you have it in place. Our line of credit requires no collateral and no personal guarantee. And, one of the things that we often see with our clients is they used to borrow the money from a board member or a donor of the nonprofit. And that's one of the things that you have to be really careful of, because there are IRS regulations that can affect that, and you really want to make sure that you document it and you do it the right way. So if you're going to go in that direction, you want to talk to your accountant. The other thing is, sometimes asking for a donor or a board member to give a loan, if you ask for it too many times, it's kind of a reflection as to the operations of the nonprofit. And so it's so much easier just to have a line of credit in place that you can take when you have an issue with cash flow. And it's very common. Every nonprofit has an issue with cash flow because a lot of times the reimbursements come a lot later. So there's a little bit difference between the commercial line of credit and a bank line of credit. Again, if you can get approved from a bank line of credit from a commercial bank and you feel like you're going to use that line of credit quite a bit, then it's probably a good idea to try to get approved. If you aren't going to use it that much and you just want it as a solid backup plan, then take a look at Financing Solutions. You can just visit our website, which is financingsolutionsnow.com. You can read about us. We have a 5-star rating. We are A+ certified by Better Business Bureau. And there's a very simple 2-minute application that you can fill out that has no obligations. We do not run a credit check on the application that we send out for an offer letter. And it's something that I think you really could use in your nonprofit. I think a line of credit, regardless if it's from a commercial bank or from us, is a good decision for any nonprofit to get in place. Thanks, and have a great day.